fall in, my fellow scouts, to a third age Reforged 4v3 Battle Siege replay today at Umbar. Today's replay comes from Beastie70. Now, if you guys want to send me through other third age Reforged replays like this, or other replays like from Napoleon Total War 3, Rome 2, Warhammer 2, just to name a few, there are links here displayed on your screen, which you can find in the description below. There's also a link to join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post all manner of Total War replays to the Battle Replay sub-channel on the Discord. There's also an area for YouTubers to post their own content to for the community to enjoy, as well as tell the community about themselves, what the channel's all about, and collaborate with the YouTubers for future projects. I also have various funding options available if you guys would like to support my work. It does really help out the channel and the Discord, including YouTube membership options, which will give members access to custom emojis and badges. And with that, let's get with the replay today. So, if you guys do enjoy my content, please remember to smash that like button if you can't support my channel by other means. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tick that bell for notifications so you stay up to date with all the latest content as it drops. And leave your own thoughts about this battle in the comment section below. Look forward to reading them. Now we'll start with Beastie's army today. It's one of 4 attacking armies. It's actually been quite a while since I've been on the Umbar map. I remember this old replay I did a long time ago where I first cracked the shits of having to do a replay more than 50,000 frames long. I think I was on the other side actually. Anyway, back to this one. We'll start with Beastie's army, who's commanding Numenor today. He's got some Numenor steel bows here, 2 units there, AP. We have some Belaga pikemen here, 2 units, and some Belaga footmen. Over here, we have some Numenor cohort all the way around this little formation. He's got a little bit of half of a hexagon, I think. In any case, I think we've got 3 units of them total here. Some Pharaohs and Swordmasters, Naru Royal Guard, Royal Legion of Amanalos over there, Adunium Shadowbows, and Numenor Shield Guard. So a good army there for Numenor. Be interesting to see how he gets involved in the fight, how he's going to approach this. Anyway, next we have his ally, Khan, commanded by Y2K86. We have some Chieftain's Vanguard here, some Brotherhood of the Bow, Brotherhood of the Lance. Don't know how they'll be. I know how the Brotherhood of the Bow can be effective here, I think, as well as the Chieftain's Vanguard. I'm not too sure how he intends to use Brotherhood of the Lance. I think opportunities to use them on this map in particular is very difficult. In any case, we'll try and find the rest of his army since that is his ally over there, Angmar. We have the rest of his army here, it would seem. Some pneumatic infantry over here. Basically, a combination of light to mid-tier, I suppose, status. They're archer unit first and foremost, and I think just on the borderline, I think, of mid-tier infantry. We have some Nurad footmen over here, looks to be maybe a couple of units. We've got some Nurad halberds as well, and Brotherhood of the Sword. We have some Nurad Storm Guard here, generals in this unit. Over here, we have some pneumatic infantry. Next, we have more Nurad footmen and Nurad halberds. I think this time, 2 units of footmen, maybe 1 unit of halberds, some Brotherhood of the Spear, another unit of Brotherhood of the Sword, and a Huacha. But curiously enough, no Brotherhood of the Axe, which is a little hard to believe. The Brotherhood of the Axe is a shock infantry unit and very, very good at frontline combat, and especially if you're trying to break through enemy formations. They get in there, they start hacking away at things. Just taking another quick look here and make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. But if they're not here, then that's a first actually for me. Usually I always see the Brotherhood of the Axe in any Khan army. Next we have Angmar, as we saw earlier, commanded by Chris. Yeah, Chris, probably blindness as well. You can tell, I think, because of the exclamation mark as the eye. We have some Goblin Band here, Orc fellas. I forgot that wrong, I really suck at English. We have some Good Bad Guard here. Trolls of Good Bad, Trolls of Angmar, Snaga Stalkers, Angmar Halberds. Geez, what else is in here? I think just the 1 unit of Good Bad Guard here. Some Orc fellas, as I said. And we've got some more Angmar Halberds over here. Some Snaga Stalkers and Goblin Band. And more Angmar Halberds. Richrom Hammerguard. Blackwatch Legion. And we come to the final attacker today, Rhun, commanded by Warnima 25. And if Chris has witches, he did a damn good job hiding them because I couldn't find them. We got some Balkov Tribesmen out here. Out front, we've got some Eastron Hunters, basically light tier archer unit. Almost cannon fodder tier, really. Some Variag Mercenaries, kind of mid tier, I think. We have some Eastron Clansmen here, armed up all the way, and it's the golden armour. Otherwise, they look like this, really, with swords. We have some, 3 units of them, as I said. Another unit of Balkov Tribesmen. We've got 2 units of Loke Scion Rim. We've got 2 units of Loke Flag Rim. Mid-tier melee troops. Some Loke Gamp Rim here. Good spear unit. We've got some Dragon's Breath crossbows and Kumul's Chosen. But no Dragon's Breath cannon. How unusual. And I think that brings us to the first of 3 defenders today. Umbar, commanded by the StewardOfDale. We have some Corsair infantry here, a decent light tier archer unit and melee unit, I think. One of the best in Reforged. We have some Belaga footmen here, some Alcorandas Legion. Up here we have some Anara Royal Guard, and some Corsair Blackguards. The Corsair infantry is just really good at irritating your opponent. They do a bit of damage, they hold the enemy back a bit. Basically, they're a good way just to annoy your enemy. We have some Adunium Lancers, we have some Belaga Axe Guard here, 2 units. We have some Corsair Blackguards, Harbingers of Casimir, Belaga Archers, and a Ballista. Next we have some Alcorandas Legion, 2 units there, and some Belaga Footmen. Next we have some Belaga Pikes here, 2 units, and that is it for his army, I think. I'll have to finish off his army later, if there's any other units that I missed. Next we have Gondor, commanded by Lord of the Fallen. We have some Gondor Militia Infantry down there. We have some Guards of Skiliath, 2 units. We have some Numenor Honor Guard here. General is not in that unit. We have some Marksmen of Caer Andros, 2 units of Pelaga Marines, some Gondor Spearmen, armoured up. Looks like all the armour upgrades have been utilised here for Gondor. Some Gondor Archers, Marksmen of Caer Andros. We have some more Gondor Infantry. I think maybe 2 units of them here. Gondor Spearmen, Gondor Archers, and more Gondor Spearmen. And we'll keep our eye out, of course, for Ithilien Rangers. Some Citadel Guard, 2 units. Some Axemen of Losnach as well. I think 2 units of them. And we are almost finished here, guys. We come to the final defender today, Mirkwood, commanded by Silvar Banshee. Familiar player. All the players today seem to be very familiar to me. We have some Herpang Archers here, armoured up. Looks like most of the units here have the armour upgrade, with the exception of a couple actually. The 2 units of Hyo Swords here do not have it. This is just standard model. 2 units of them. Some Blades of Emendur. Some Hurek Spearmen. And another unit of Hurek Swords here. We have some Herpang Archers. I'm doing my best to get that eye out of there. 2 units of them, make that 3, so a bit of firepower here for Banshee. We'll see if not has any rangers. We have some Elders of the Elven King, Elven King's Palace Guard, and that's all I can see there for now. Possibly hidden. But for now, let's get this siege started, guys. Enjoy. Alright guys, our first engagement has begun with the Corsair Infantry. Oh no, Corsair Infantry is not taking on the Varag Mercenaries and East Rhun Hunters. We have some Belaga Footmen here taking the brunt of their attack, including the Alcorandas Legion. This is not a good idea here for the StewardOfDale. I'm wondering why he's letting his Alcorandas Legion get peppered. The Belaga Footmen, I get to a degree. I mean, they are light to mid-tier troops and are on the expendable side, and are drawing a lot of fire here from Rhun, but I don't get him risking his Alcorandas Legion. This is a decent mid to elite tier infantry melee unit. Definitely one you want to have in the fight when things get intense. But if he allows them to be peppered like this, they'll probably become useless to him when he needs them to be effective. So it's a little bit odd that he's just leaving them in there. I do get him maybe wanting to send them into the fight if they join battle here at the river, but he should keep them back at least to the hill here, the bottom of the hill. Now looking at the Corsair infantry, they have used up their archers used up their arrows already. See, that's the thing about Corsair infantry. You got about maybe about 3 volleys, I think, and then they're out. So you've only got a limited amount of ammunition. So you got to pick your targets well. Yeah, he took out about 50 of them with the Corsair infantry there. Maybe should have tried to go for the centre East Rhun Hunter unit. You might have got some hits on the Varag Mercenaries and the other East Rhun Hunter unit. Coming back around here, we got Khandish forces gathering at the base of the bridges. Obviously the defenders are waiting for them to cross. The onus is on the attackers to cross. Now with Numenor, he can actually use his steel bows, which are pretty accurate actually, to target the Herpang archers and bring them down fast. Or he can try and send in forces and get Mirkwood try and bottle up their forces at the bridge to hold them back. Maybe use his steel bows to just harass the flanks on either side of the bridge here, to help his troops beat back the defenders across the bridge. Those are your options. Not a good idea to really use your steel bows on troops that have low armour. After all, steel bows are AP, they have limited ammunition, and you've got to try and use them on units that have strong armour values. Otherwise, there's no real point in bringing AP archers if you're not going to use them against armoured units. They will kill, obviously, light tier troops or troops with little armour like Wooden Mail Patrol really quickly, if that's what you're going for, but try and save them. To units like nothing to honour guard. Okay, I don't know why Angmar's coming this way with these trolls, but he is. It looks like we had Chris here doing a little bit of sightseeing. Coming around this way. Now, he probably did that to maybe avoid enemy arrow fire. Maybe he just wanted to keep his force away from the defenders. You want to risk them being shot at, I suppose. But yeah, good opportunity here for Y2K to get some nice kills. Umbar does seem to be blowing up their troops. Yeah, the Bellicate Axe Guard here are armoured up, which I think they are. They will take some damage. Now, Steward should probably be running his forces in one at a time if he wants to send forces this way. But maybe he should just send his army like Chris did, around the long way, you know? Go with the safe route. And get his forces up here, no risk of enemy fire, and then he can just send them down if and when they're needed. Going through the way he did, he copped a little bit there. We'll see whether or not that works against him later. Okay, we have some pneumatic infantry here being fired upon by the Herpang archers. And these guys here are in loose formation. The elves are known for their accuracy. And I did a head count of the Herpang archer units, and Silvar actually has 4 of them. He brought an extra unit. It would have cost him a little bit extra to bring the 4th. Okay guys, we're back, and we've got the Hwacha in action. I'm not really sure where they're trying to hit. We do the Umbar Ballista firing. Okay, is it 2 Hwacha down, or is it no, just the 1 Hwacha down? So we took out a couple of men here. Better hurry up and either fire or get it out of there. And you said the Hwacha was a great anti-artillery piece. I don't know if they're firing on the ballista crew. The rate of fire between them, though, the ballista is much faster. Still 45. Unable to claim another victim. Alright, now it's possible that it's glitched. Okay, we've got Trolls of Angmar here being sent over by Chris. A little bit of a strange thing to do. There's only 1 unit of Snugger Stalkers as support. Alright, defenders have opened up here on the Snugger Stalkers, which is great news for the attackers. A little bit curious to know why Silvar did that. It's not really ideal to use archer units to try and fire on trolls. It's not that easy to get a hit on. He does have Elders of the Elven King. He should be using them on the Trolls of Angmar. Looks like he switched targets, going up to the Steel Bows. Definitely a good target. Beastie pulling his forces back. Unable to really go toe to toe there with the Elves. I don't know what they're shooting at, but this is not ideal. It's possible they're targeting the Belaga Pikes. Meanwhile here, we've got Trolls of Angmar engaged the Corundus Legion. Where's the Trolls of Angmar going? It's the Woodland Realm Patrol. See, Belaga Axguard unit is getting confused because the Trolls of Angmar are so far spread out. There's a little bit of a pathfinding issue. And in all the confusion, we've got the attackers moving up some forces. Maybe a good time to pour on the arrow fire, you'd have to think. If he has range, just absolutely start firing now. We're racking it up. Well, we've got Elven King's Palace Guard moving forwards. Okay, a little bit early to see them in battle. Mag infantry not doing a whole lot, of sustained a lot of casualties. Just the one Hotshot here, obviously destroyed. The yellow ones moved somewhere. Oh, there they are. Not a bad idea. Nice hit there. Taking out 3 members of the Elven King's Palace Guard. Forces are spread out over a wide area. It does favour Hotshot. This does spread out considerably. Basically, we've got Stewie here trying to hold the enemy in place while his allies just pepper the hell out of Angmar. We've got Beastie sending out some reinforcements. Butcher's come back in. He's almost out of ammo here on this thing. I think now we've got some Woodland Protectors here. Oh no, Corset Blackguards. That's something in my throat there. I'm still looking at that force that's yet to cross the river on the other side. I really wonder where Angmar is up to and why he hasn't tried to cross the river. It's not like there's too many defenders where he is. Just trying to hold him back. Yeah, more than likely he's actually AFK for now, and maybe he'll come back later, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He's not moving forwards to help out his teammates. Trying to put some pressure on the enemy outside the city, on the defending side. I mean, the riverbank is probably one of the easiest places to get on the other side of this map for the attackers. Far easier than crossing the bridges. Despite Numenor's presence here and the fact that they're actually starting to push forward, the defenders here continue to hold. And what's not a good sign, I think, for the attackers is we have a little bit of a semicircle formation being created, allowing the attackers to hem in the defenders, making it easier for them to cut down the forces here. We've got some Saga Stalkers moving up in Goblin Band, but that's really nothing. It's even possible the Ballista could create a mass chain of these two units here with a good strike. Okay, so we've got some movement here. They're out of ammunition, but still not a lot. These strong hunters here still have ammo. We've got no Royal Guard here. It would be weird to see them here. Alright. Khan successfully crossed the bridge. But he's going to need a lot of troops here just to hold the ground he gained. And I don't think he's going to receive reinforcements in time. I think he's going to be killed. This is where Rhun really needs to come into it. He needs to cross that bridge and get into Lord of the Fallen's back here. The way is practically clear once he's across, but he's got to cross. He's got to cross fast and hard. The numbers will drive back Umbar for sure. He won't be able to stay there. Or he'll risk destruction for sure. He's outnumbered. He's outgunned. But he's only left the units he has there just as a delaying tactic. This is obviously trying to target units behind the buildings, but that's useless. Gondor is almost through. Okay, we got Gondor archers here, and they're firing on the watching. No, they're targeting the Brotherhood of the Spear. Might have other archers firing over here as well. Which we do. And we also got a Ballista firing point blank into them. Well, it was a bit low there. Got lucky. I think Brotherhood of the Spear is getting into shield wall formation, especially from the look of them. Of course, their Blackguard's here down to 6, so the attackers will obviously get a number on them. So the attackers have made some inroads here on the bridges. I'm not sure the defenders should allow them across as easily as they did. They didn't really stack the deck too much. They're keeping a lot of their better troops at bay for now, which is a little bit curious because there's no witches I can see nearby. Neither side, as far as I could tell, had any decent artillery pieces besides the Ballista, of course, here for Umbar, and the Hwacha for Khan. That was about it. On the other hand, Y2K seems to have really exposed his forces here, and the defenders must capitalise on this immediately. And it looks like Lord of the Fallen is doing just that. We've got a squad of Pelican Marines going in, which if they can get as close as they want, I reckon. I'm not seeing any other units that can really shoot them nearby. It looks like finally we have Rhun about to cross the riverbank. Well, how close does he want to get? I think this is close enough. We can fire straight into the Neuron Storm Guard, and unfortunately for Y2K, his general is right there. And I find it actually pretty incredible, because we saw the general here take one look at these guys and thought, save me guys, let me get into the middle. He's so close though. They took out the troops there to his left. And now he's directly exposed there to the archers and the marines. How is he still alive at this point? Some direct hits there. There he goes.
Without their general, they may lose heart and flee.
It took a lot to bring him down. He took full 3 volleys of javelin straight into him. And yeah, it took a lot to bring him down. You gotta wonder where the ranger units are for the defenders. You should be able to capitalise on things like this. We've got a lot of enemy troops here. The Royal Guard over here. I don't think they've fired at all just yet. Of course, the Blackguards with ammo. I lost a couple. Now, looking at this. Maybe the Royal Guard should fire in a couple of volleys, just to sort of wear down the Eastern Hunters. It wouldn't be that difficult for them to do that. But yeah, Steward does not intend to win this battle. He just intends to delay the enemy for as long as possible. And he intends to harass them as they cross now towards the city with these cav. But maybe he should keep his cav further back for now. The more inconspicuous he can make them, the more likely that the attackers might ignore them until it's too late, and then he can just slam into them from the side. Marksman of Candros, Belagar answers, not using their ammo just yet. Brotherhood of the Sword here. I'm surprised the Marksmen of Candros aren't firing into them. And Lord of the Fallen trying to edge them closer and closer to the edge. I mean, this is the kind of unit you want to take down. You don't really want to just let them into the fight with no damage sustained. So, YTK should run to the battle straight away, and this is a gift Lord Fallen is giving him. Looks like he is trying to run. His Belagar footman trying to stop them, but even so, the footman just, this brother of the sword just needs to run through it. They can handle that unit. Look at here. Brother of the Spear is still fighting. The endurance of Brother of the Spear in shield wall formation was actually really, really good. They'll stay in the fight to almost the last minute. Carving them up here. They're almost through the first that layer of defense. Meanwhile, we got Gondor here sending over a lot of troops. So Beastie must have done something to stir the pot. Those are Doom Shadowboats. Yeah, they are. Who are they trying to hit?
Only half our force remains.
They're trying to hit these units here. I'm surprised he didn't switch targets. I mean, we've got a ton of troops here, all nicely clumped up. Oh yeah, he's firing on them.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Nah, he might get one or two more volleys. Maybe. Yeah, he needs it. Lord of Fallen should have maybe sent his troops in batches, you know, not just one big batch. Royal Legion of Armedalos. What are they up to? Why are they being sent up alone? Beastie needs help to cross the bridge. You can't just send up an elite unit with no support. There's some Belagar piping going in, I suppose, with them. But Angmar, Chris is just keeping back most of their army from here. I don't really know why. We've got some backup tribesmen here as well. It's our second unit of the sword. It is 45 to 38 here, in favour of the attackers. My bad, in favour of the defenders. Go through. Is it a broken unit? Yeah, it was. Okay, Royal Guard's firing in. They're out of ammunition now. solid charge into the Lexan Rim. Straight into their sides and routed them. Now, the Nima should not cross this river unless he's a spear unit with that flag rim, just to deter cab charges. And then, as Juanito, if he chooses to cross his entire army to the other side here, he needs to keep spear units on his side and in his rear at all times to keep an eye on that cavalry. And it'd be easier if he had an archer unit there to fire at him whenever they came close to sort of deter them a little bit, but I think he's used up a bit of his ammunition. And I don't think with Dragons with crossbows is worth firing on the adjuting lancers. Not unless Rhun gets very desperate. The defenders are doing a very good job on this side of the bridges, I think. They're really containing Khan, and there's not much he can do. And pushing your units like this, it is a risk, guys, because, you know, you're moving forwards, you're pressing your troops against your enemy. It does make it easier for your enemy to carve you up faster and kill your forces faster, because they're not fighting, because they're moving forwards, you see. They're not, unless you're using units like the Black Horse Legion, and of course you're confident in the victory, it's not worth really pressing your troops against your enemy unless you can easily break through and overwhelm your opponent. And even if he does break through, he won't overwhelm the defenders here. The defenders have quality and numbers on their side. Okay, 55 to 46 here. Defenders taking an 11-point lead. And it is not worth defending our archers firing in right now. They're getting too much friendly fire, I think, from the Gondorian forces. And that's coming from his ally, Stewie, so Roy needs to tell Stewie to stop. Gondor's fine on their own. We've got the Axe and the Losnak here after all. Up against the Brotherhood of the Sword, that's relatively even. In fact, I might put money on the Axe and the Losnak. Okay, we've got AP ammunition coming in, and we've got fire from the Elders of the Elven King. Don't know who they're shooting at though. And it's very unclear whether or not he has any witches. But if he does, disguising them in this blob would be the way to go. Hammerguard here being ironically hammered by the Elders of the Elven King. Who is that from? Seafarers of the Indemos. Okay. Seafarers and Royal Guard firing in. Charles is going to be really assisting well with the attack here. Hammer's going to bad being, it's not Hammer's going to bad. Richard Hammerguard here being committed, so The defenders need to send up a unit of equivalent strength and quality. This is not the blades of enduring Gondor infantry. Pharism Swordmasters would definitely do well here against the Underguard, but they're fighting a lot of units here at once. '69 to '66. We've got Brotherhood of the Sword here and Chieftain's Vanguard. Where they go?
Only half the enemy force remains.
Brotherhood of the Lance? Well, they should have just hung right. Charging the Gondorian forces and then hit the Shadow Guard from the side. Or the Brotherhood of the Sword, you know. This is a melee unit, not a spear or pike unit. I think the Lancers could do very well here. But, you know, don't charge head on. You should never charge through your own forces, it's going to blunt the charge. And now I think the window's closed. With more spear guard moving in. Well, Y2K entered the city with his cav around the bend. But after realising he can't get through, he pulled out. Okay, so this is General did it there a bit with us. '74 to '75, so the attackers are somehow fighting their way back into this, even though the defenders have been looking pretty comfortable the whole time. I think it's important that the Milton Honor Guard does get down here. Obviously they've got to try and plug this leak or this hole, try and keep the cav contained. Lord of the Fallen needs to keep the enemy, well, Lord of the Fallen and Stewie need to keep the enemy in front of them.
Our general lies slain upon the battlefield.
The attackers are not having a good go of it on the other side. There's two generals now that have fallen. Well, the Milton Honor Guard is very slow to get off the mark. 4 of 63. Well done, you 4. The rest of you, 50 push-ups. That's horrible. You're just standing there. See this Vanguard here. They're firing on Corsair fences. What are these guys shooting at? Okay, targeting Dragon's Wrath crossbows. Lanima just bringing them up. And potentially they're targeting the Numenor Royal Guard. Oh no. They're targeting the Corsair fences. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You've got Warden's Minister Ethel here. This is a unit that the Dragon's Wrath crossbow should either be targeting. They could have brought down all the Shui's men down here and shot them straight in the back. But they didn't. Marksman of Candros could have been brought across to fire into the backseat like Camp Rim. The Wardens here are slowly bringing down the Dragon's Wrath crossbows. Dragon's Wrath crossbows are about out of ammunition by now. They've only got like 4 or 5 volleys in them. Beastie's got his Royal Guard over here. Meanwhile, Lord of the Fallen and Silver Banshee, I think, have Beastie outnumbered here. The attackers are on the verge of losing this fight. 84 to 84, Jesus, really close. Look, if I was Beastie 70, I'd probably pull my troops out and run towards my allies. Because there is nothing blocking his path, the way is clear. And he can get his troops into the backs here of his enemy. Or just target the marksmen of Gondor, stop them from firing. You can definitely make life easier for his allies if he pulls out of his attack. I realise that the defenders will chase him. But I don't think Beastie can really add anything to the assault by leaving these guys here to die. Alright, he's going to try and run across the bridge. Not just try, he's going to do it. But you think he'd just run across the land bridge here? Surely that would be easier and more direct. Okay, it warns me Aethel's still have ammo for all this time. And they're trying to bring down, I think, maybe the Brotherhood of the Lance. That was a pretty bad charge. $86 to $87, so attacker's taking a slight lead. They're doing the best to overpower the Northern Honor Guard, but with the firepower coming in, I don't see them beating these guys. I think the Northern Honor Guard will hold out, and reinforcements will arrive. And the attackers obviously have a few units out here, but what's up here waiting for them? We've got some Lycanthropy, some Varag mercenaries. Yeah, going up against the guards of Osgiliath, that's a bit iffy. Those units would struggle against these guys. But that's where the Dragon's Wrath crossbows could have come in handy. Or even the Belclad Tribesmen. The Belclad Tribesmen immediately should be redeployed up here. Now, assuming, of course, they can throw their javelins through the building.
Our men are fleeing the battle.
The guys with Skadiath, that would be ideal. But if you can't, you should send them to the fight over here. Take down the Northern Honor Guard. And we begin their fight up the hill. Since Brotherhood of the Bow is firing, but they have their swords here. Guards of Skadiath. Silvar Banshee took a significant toll in that fight. It looks like Numenor and Angmar definitely did a number on their forces. This is a good sign here for the attackers. I was actually thinking Mirkwood had more troops left over than that.
Our army is tiring.
This does give some hope here for the other two attackers left in the fight. 88 to 88. We just got to hope that the defenders don't have too much ammunition, if any, left. That was actually a good charge. It took out 3 to 4 Elders of the Elven King. Great melee unit. Took out 5. That's not bad. They've really struggled with their charges so far. Alright, Rhun's sending up his heavy hitters. This really comes down to Rhun. Rhun is the attacker's last hope here. The Belclad Tribesman up here, he is sending them up this way. Oh jeez, what is Lord of the Fallen thinking? No wonder the Belclad Tribesman's coming up here. I mean, this is a gift. Well, Nima needs to get his Belclad Tribesman immediately in this area here. Try and find a spot where they can throw their javelins straight into the guards of Osgiliath. And Harvesters of Casimir. I think here's the best spot. They get the Belclad Tribesmen right here. They've got a nice vantage point. They can take out, well, hit most of the guards of Osgiliath and Harvesters of Casimir, and really just progress this assault. This is a golden opportunity, and I really hope Winebria exploits it. His enemy won't just stand around there forever. Yeah, whenever also attack the Umbar in general direct. I don't think he sees the opportunity. I don't think he's going to take it. He might try and throw his javelins where he is, and that's not a good idea. I think he'll be able to fire effective volleys over there in the corner. See, we've only got like 5 or 6 javelins being thrown at a time. I think you can get maybe 100 javelins thrown if he moves over here. Yeah, the defenders have made a critical error here, selling out like this. On the other hand, we got Water's Mist Ether coming through the other archway. So Wanima didn't actually anticipate that, it would seem. No, neither did I. I thought the attackers going to come out through here. I didn't even notice it. But had he had another unit there, he could have kept them contained and still enacted the plan I suggested earlier. What is going on here? I really think Wanima's attention is just spread out. Yeah, he's focused on destroying all the forces here, in this area. 91 to 93 here. Very mercenaries firing point blank into the Gondorian archers. Eastron Hunters there broken. Belthcott tries and are in guard mode. This will come down close to the wire. The defenders still have good troops left in their ranks. Here comes the Camul's Chosen Lake Flag Rim. Camul's Shadow Guard. Cav won't really be a threat. I don't know if the defenders can contain them. So it looks like they will be successful in doing so. (92 to 95). The Elder's the only king you get to the fight. Camul's Chosen, battling away here. 37 to 43. (93 to 96). Guards of the Gilead should be trying to press here really hard against Rhun. So they're trying to fire into the Gondorian forces. No, we're out of ammo. (37 to 38). So Harvester's Casimir here winning this fight. And they outnumber the Camul's Chosen where they are. So Umbar chose their battle spot very well. Even with the general gone, most of the troops here are elite and have good morale. They won't break that easily. So it's not the worst thing in the world to happen to Umbar. Full court press maneuver here from Rhun. Okay, well, Gondor will take that pretty hard. Times 2 speed it. And possibly times 6 speed. It is a bit of a grind. Okay, Harmons is here down to 20. The little Shadow Guard definitely helping Rhun's fight here. Elders the Elven King. Hang on. We've got a fresh in here, Balcop Tribesman. Elders the Elven King broke off their attack. Waniba pounced on that. We're probably going to have 100 javelins coming this way. I get why the Elders of the Elven King came to the Harbinger Casimir's aid, but as a result, Lord of the Fallen is really being hammered because the Elders of the Elven King aren't killing the Balcop Tribesmen. 96 to 98. And they're out of ammunition. Shadow Guard here down to 38. And Morse chosen 19. '99 to 96. Yeah, there goes Stranville, and when he was going to carry his team to victory.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack. But only by a sword's edge.
So congratulations Beastie70 and his team on the victory. I thought the defenders just had it there in the end there. Unlucky. Well done to Anima there, 25 for carrying his team to victory. Beastie70 here, 943 kills, Y2K. 1356, Chris, 839. Renema 25, 1100, perfect 100. Okay. StewardOfDale, 2392. Lord of the Fallen, 1371. And Silvar Banshee for 2406. Okay, kill counts here. Pharaohs and Swordmasters, 134. Nero and Steel Bows, 104. And those were his best performances there. The rest of the units did poor to excellent. And so thank you to BC70 for sending me the replay. If you guys would like to send me through once again your own replays, you can post them to my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com. You can post them to me directly on the Discord, or you can post them to the Battle Replay sub-channel on my Discord server at Scouts Reconnaissance. Links to contact me are in the video's description. Thank you to BC70 once again for sending me the replay. This is Scouts of Entertainment signing off. Fall out, my fellow Scouts. See you in the next Third Age battle.